My name's Charlie Robbins, and I'm the author of The Octopus of Global Control. We're going to talk about one of the worst human beings on the planet, and that's Henry Kissinger. If you don't know the background of who Henry Kissinger is, maybe if you're in my generation, you might not have a firm grasp on the type of evil that is out there. You remember when the Yankees signed Hideki Irabu and George Steinbrenner was so pissed off he was calling him a fat toad? I remember thinking, that's Henry Kissinger. Henry Kissinger, at best, is a fat toad. At worst, is a war criminal, which would make sense since he was given the Nobel Peace Prize, which always comes after you've bombed the shit out of brown people, as George Carlin says. So, Henry Kissinger is known for being involved in politics since, easily since the 60s, the Nixon administration. This is one of a famous quote of his that I'm sure he probably wishes you didn't know, but the illegal we do immediately. The unconstitutional takes a little longer. Oh, well, great. But to truly understand the scope of the depth of evil of Henry Kissinger, think of it like this. During the Vietnam War, Henry Kissinger authorized the bombing of Vietnam and also of Cambodia. Wasn't allowed to, but he did it anyway. To get an idea of how many bombs were dropped, think of it like this. Take all the bombs that in World War II that Germany dropped on Poland, Ukraine, Hungary, France, Russia, Finland, the Netherlands, Lithuania, Crimea, Azerbaijan, Yugoslavia, North Africa, Denmark. Take all of the bombs that the Nazis dropped on everybody in World War II. Then take all the bombs that the Russians dropped on everyone in World War II. Add to that the bombs that Great Britain dropped on everybody during World War II. Go ahead and throw in all the bombs that the United States dropped in Europe and in Asia. Add to that every bomb that the Japanese dropped. Take all of those together and multiply them by 2. That's how many bombs Henry Kissinger dropped on Vietnam and Cambodia. Reprehensible. A total scumbag of unimaginable proportions. So you would think that this is a military guy. I love my country, I'm going to protect it and everything. This is what Henry Kissinger was caught saying. Military men are just dumb, stupid animals to be used as pawns in foreign policy. So if you were in the military and Henry Kissinger sent you to go die in some country, just remember, he doesn't give a shit about you. Never has, never will. So he really believed the president should have dictatorial powers. He was really a big proponent of that. And said in 1975, "It is an act of insanity and national humiliation to have a law prohibiting the president from ordering assassinations." I guess he does have a point. If I were president, I'd order the assassination of Henry Kissinger, so I guess I can understand where he's coming from. Even as far as 1991, he was still talking about, "Today, Americans would be outraged if UN troops entered Los Angeles to restore order. Tomorrow, they'll be grateful. This is especially true if they were told there was an outside threat from beyond, whether real or promulgated, that threatened our own very existence. It is then that all peoples of the world will pledge with world leaders to deliver them from this evil. The one thing every man fears is the unknown. When presented with this scenario, individual rights will willingly be relinquished for the guarantee of their well-being granted to them by their world government." 1991, Henry Kissinger at the Bilderberg Organization. You mean, I'm just wondering, what kind of outside threat are we talking about? 2 airplanes flying into buildings in New York City? Because that seems like a pretty good opportunity to impose your will. Oh, wait. They did that. That's called the Patriot Act. Bernie Sanders, before he sold his soul out and willingly endorsed Hillary Clinton, said, "I happen to believe that Henry Kissinger was one of the most destructive secretaries of state in modern history of this country. I am proud to say that Henry Kissinger is not my friend. I will not take advice from Henry Kissinger. And in fact, Kissinger's actions in Cambodia, when the United States bombed that country, overthrew Prince Sihanouk, created the instability for Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge to come in, who then butchered some 3 million innocent people, was one of the worst genocides in the history of the world. So count me in as somebody who will not be listening to Henry Kissinger. You can go ahead and count me in on that as well.